Hello everybody, just doing a random quick live stream just to show you the progress on the rock face. Hello to everybody that's in. Hello Mike, hello Tim, are you live? Yes, I'm live, just a quick live, just to show how things are going. Let me just sort that, I just need to make the stream clear to me. Oh yeah, just a quick live, just to give you a bit of an update on the rock face actually. I'll just move that to there. So, I'm currently working on it actually. So I thought I'd come and show you live, show you the progress of it. Hi, Jason, all in chat. Bad time, Jason. I just sat down to lunch. I'm just actually not long off mine. I've applied the black wash, which is there, using isopropyl, alcohol, and Indian ink. And I'm now adding some coloured highlights using dry brushing technique, as you can see. And this is what I've got. Quite pleased with this. Let me turn that light off because it's actually. There we go. Look at that. The effect is. What I wanted was a sandstone wall rock face, sorry. And I've got just that. So I'm not excited over how it's turned out. I just wanted to show you guys before I'm to wait until later, until Tuesday or tomorrow. So yeah. Thank you very much. It's coming out good, so yeah. So I thought I'd just come online and show you what I was doing. Obviously, it won't be any good showing tomorrow because it'll be done. So let's put the camera where I'm actually working on. So you can see here, this is where I'm working on just here now. So if I just take it back a bit, you can see the highlights are quite effective there. Now I have done a slight highlighting on that bit there with the yellow ochre. I'm now adding highlights of white to this area here. So let's crack on. I'll show you what I'm doing. So using a piece of card and some white paint in my palette, just a drop. There's the yellow, a bit of white. Basically, there's some white on the brush, like that, and literally dry brush it. So paste it onto the card, so you get as much of it off as you want, but enough just to create an effect. Wish this wire would stop being so stiff. So let me just tilt that a little bit higher, so it's not falling over. And basically, I'm just doing this. Brushing downwards to give what they call sun highlights. I think that's what they call it. It's basically all it is. The idea is to highlight the edges of the rock. That up there, just doing the highlights, I spent an hour on it already. So that's how time consuming this can be. If I want a bit more, just go back to my piece of card, swipe the brush over the paint, and literally just highlight the rock edging so it pops out at you. And you're giving it that 3D effect. try not to push into the crevice now. This is quite a bit of smooth rock face here. If someone will remember, this is where we did that bit of a shambles live stream testing it. And if we get too much on, we basically just clean the brush off and smooth it off to create the technique. If you've got loads to do, mate, get yourself a round makeup brush from Poundland. I've got that many brushes and stuff, yeah, but good idea, makeup brush. I've actually got a makeup brush, but I can't remember where I've gone and put it. It's in me, amongst all my stuff. But this one's quite a stiff, bristly brush, and it's pretty much the equivalent, I would say, of a makeup brush. Hi, Bury Central, John. What I'm going to do, let's see if I can bring the camera to a better position so you can see it, what I'm doing. So we'll just load up the brush with a bit more paint, dry brush it off, so we're just left with this tiniest amount. Now you can see there's a line there because that's where I've done up to. So we're going that way, we're going that way. So starting at the top, I'm literally just gently just touching the top of the rock face. With the tip of the bristles of the brush. We'll take the brush, a bit more paint, and we'll dry brush it off though. Change hands actually, so my hand's not in the camera. And just gently going over the ridges in the rock. It's quite smooth there. It might be better if I bring the microphone over a bit so I'm not talking, in case I'm talking too quietly. Oh, a bit more paint. Actually, just dab it on. Try not to create streaks. So what we're doing is highlights. Oh, there's a bit too much there. So I'll just smear that out. There we go, it's gone. Now where it's a lot darker, that's where it will have, you'll get a more visual effect. Now if some of you might remember, I said I wanted quite a unique, there we go, it's popping. It's what I call popping out now. Quite a unique type of fake rock face, especially for this area around where we are in the northwest. We are very sandstony, if people know what I mean. Very sandstony. We've got a lot of sandstone rock faces, and that's what I was after. Not a solid grey rock face, but a more of a sandstony rock face, and I have definitely got it. Compared this to my previous attempt, I am stunned on how well it's coming out. So what that buzzing sound was, it was a fly around my light. So I'm not sure if it's showing up well on camera. I am taking photographs as I go. And if I can, I will show you those on a live stream in the future. So yeah, come on, bit of a show, so you can actually see me doing this instead of seeing the before and after on the live streams. I've been really eager to get this rock face finished, so I can actually get on with more actual scenery. So what I've actually achieved on this is multiple different styles of texture in the end. We've got a bit of a smooth area in the middle here, and then a rough area. So it actually looks very different compared to what I was expecting. I would say expecting it to turn out like. So who's in chat? Oh, I've got quite a few of you actually. Mike, Tim, Matthew, Growler, David Atkins, Angel Share, Andrew Boone, Quarry Central, Gary Lester. Hi, Gary. Digger's in. Hi, get Digger. Reese is in. Good evening, Reese. So, I'm trying not to cast a shadow so much on it, so you can see it developing. Everyone's saying hello to everybody. Rock Pebbler, Whimsy 17. Good evening. Welcome. So Rock Pebbler's evening from Andorra, Spain. Love Spain. Love the place. What I'm trying not to do is get into the crevices where the black wash prior did gets into it. I have done a lot darker in a couple of places with the black wash. Here it's very dark, and just to the slightly to the left it's very dark as well. So I wanted to show the dirt from the railways affecting the walling basically. Hey, Polly. Thank you very much. Yeah, just a quick live just to show it me in progress, doing some dry brushing on it for some highlights. one thing to remember is try not to overdo it, because if you overdo it, I'm going to end up with just nothing but white paint all over what I've already done. Oh, a bit too much there. All right. If there is a few odd spots where I find I've gone a bit too much, then when I add some rock face grasses and things like that, I'll be able to hide that. So it will become quite a bit more noticeable here, because this is a darker patch in the sandstone rock face. Oh, I'm going to create a line going down where I've done up to. As I'm just generally looking at it, I'm seeing areas that I've missed. I'm thinking, yeah, I could do a bit of a highlight. So you can see it's pops out quite good. It actually looks better to me looking at this than it does on the camera. What I will do is I'll get some high detailed photography done of this, because I have to admit, I am very impressed with my skill on this. I think I really do need to document it with some good photographs. I think that bit's done. Oh, a bit too much there. Oh, just going along the ridge. This will be have overgrown weeds and stuff on the top of it, and I'm thinking I will put a bit of a fence up here as well at the top. In this corner of this bridge here, I'm going to put weeds and stuff, so I'm not too fussed about how it looks behind there. Nearly done, I think. No worries, David. It's only going to be a quick. Won't be on for very long. bit too much there. Apart from a little tiny bit there, where a little bit too much was. So I'm just going to see if we can just wipe a bit of that off. But it won't matter if I don't. Yeah, it's coming off. I shall bet that's better. Then I'll just touch back up over it. Like so. Yeah, that's it. Done. Hi, John. I think we're pretty much done there. So let's take you for a bit of a closer look. There's the microphone out of the way. I think that's not turned out too bad at all. You see, this is another area where I did it extra dark. And then the highlights have really made it jump out. What I need to do now is go along that top area. Just give that a bit of a going over. Let's see if we can achieve something there. Place that on top of the microphone, so I don't think there'll be any feedback. What I'll do is I'm going to give that a bit of a whitish. This doesn't necessarily matter too much up here, as this will be coated in static grasses, but it's nice just to give it a bit of a lighting up in case any of the rocks decide to peek through. Tiniest of the yellow as well, mixing that in. Just blending it in a bit so it's not as black at the top. So, that's better. Yeah, it's not dark now. It's lightened it up a bit. The yellow. Turn that. That's not far off ready now for grasses and stuff across the top. blending that in. And I think that's it. So we're very pleased with the outcome. How did you make the rock face? That was using plastic card. Sorry, it's a card. It's a card structure, just pieces of card like this underneath, card structure, stuffed with newspaper, layered over with plaster cloth, smoothened out, and then added plaster of Paris, a very, very watered plaster of Paris, and paper towel, bits of paper towel ripped up into it to give it the shape. And then when it was nice and mushy, plastered it on, mixed it all out to give it its texture, let it completely set, and then started with the painting. First of all was with find the grey, that was it. First of all, it was with warm grey. So that was a full coat of warm grey to start with, all over. And then I did a 80% burnt umber and water wash to give it the sandstony look, which is the brownish look that you can see in it. Let that completely dry, and then isopropyl propanol alcohol and Indian ink mix, which I've still got what I used. I'll just try and find it. There it is. So what I used for the wash, and if I can find what I used to wash it on, where is it? Don't know what I've done with that. Where'd that go? No, well, there's me Indian ink wash. Literally, I'm trying to find. There it is. So using one of these Indian ink, which was about a teaspoon of Indian ink to that about half full of isopropyl alcohol. Mix it together, put that in, and literally just press it down on the top and let it run. And that goes into all the crevices and everything. Gives it its nice darkish tone. And then obviously, because it's the isopropyl alcohol, it evaporates really fast and sets in. Anything you put on too much, just dab it off. If I do that, I don't think there's any black left in there. It's dried off. So literally, I just went like that, and you just squeeze the sponge on the top and let it run down over the top. Left that to dry for 10 minutes or so. And then after that, I just started adding these highlight washes. Really simple. Very pleased. I say over that end, a bit light still. I might just do something like this. See, I'll just do this, and I know it'll probably ruin it in places. I just get a bit of that ink on my brush, mix it in with that white. It will create a grey, and if it's too dark, I can go over it with a slight, too bright, I mean, I can go over it with a slightly darker edging just to tone it down a little bit if it's too white in places. which is quite light there. But do like the smell of that stuff. It's not advised, but it just smell good. So yeah, and that's how it's finished off. This is my most favourite spot of the entire rock face. That's really come out really, really well, and I will get some good photographs, and that is essential now. I have taken a couple as I've been going along, just for reference. But yeah, impressed. Considering, I'll show you now. Oops, sorry. That there was my first ever rock face, which I thought, for me, my skill levels, I thought that was quite good. But now achieving something like that, yeah, there's definitely a difference. Much impressive, much more impressed. I mean, thank you very much. That's quite a good view there, isn't it? There you go. So that's the rock face. So you can see the colours. You can see the grey still coming through, and a bit of grey. You can see the browns coming through, and obviously the blacks in the crevices and stuff like that. And then you can see the highlights with the white and the yellow on the top, and so much depth. Thank you very much. Yeah, it has created depth. And if you look here, this is quite smooth, this section here, and that's quite a lot of that along this front, and it actually looks like it's been cut out for the railway line to be let go down. And that's kind of a bit of something I wanted to achieve. I wanted it to look like the rock face had been cut out for the railway, which in reality, that's the truth. That's how it is. Model Railway Noob, hello, welcome. Just looking back through the chat now. Hi, Ali, don't forget we are all amateurs learning from each other. That's very true. Less is more, that way your dry brushing will stand out as highlight, indeed. Thanks, Andy. John, I'm very much still an amateur, well, thank you. You do some great stuff as well. Don't be hard on yourself. I don't, that I'm not quite sure on what Ollie. Certainly better than anything I could do. No, I think what you've got done is some of it's quite splendid. I'd paint it green, says Carl. Add a bit of hints of some green, maybe. Yeah, could do. I see you learn by mistakes. Yeah, indeed. What I thought wasn't a mistake at the time turns out now, with my better skill levels as they've improved, it was a mistake. I do intend to go back and revisit that in time to try and improve it without having to take it up and rip it up. I'm going to start off with a fresh coat of paint on it. Looking very Rocky McLayout face. Yeah, I am very, very happy with it. And I thought I needed to come on and share with you guys as it was being produced, the effect that I was gaining from it. And one thing I can do, if I felt that it wasn't dark enough in some spaces, like there, it might not be a bit dark enough. It doesn't matter, because I can literally add another bit of black ink wash, let that dry, and then redo the highlights. It's not a problem. It's something I can improve without having to just start all over again. As long as, like I say, as little is more. If you don't overdo it, you can easily readdress it, should I say. It took me about a week until I was happy with my rocks. It's taken me a couple of years for me to be happy with my rocks. I will still play about with this, and I can see now looking at it, there's little bits where I think I might just titivate it, if you know what I mean, just touch it up and do some minor improvements. But I am generally very, very pleased. Steph is on Club Sonnet, Gary. Jason, you on the radio tonight? No, it's Steph with Club Sonnet tonight, Gary. I'm back on with the quiz tomorrow from 6, and then my next personal show is on Monday from 8 p.m. But thank you. If anyone wants to know what I'm on about, it's sonnetradio.co.uk. This is sonnet.co.uk. It's a Sonnet Radio radio station that I'm a presenter on. So yeah, very pleased. I think the results are. Let me see what it looks like with the light on. Does that make it look any better? Does it show up the highlights? I can't really see on my own screen. Oh, actually, that doesn't look too bad. Let's see what it's like again without the light on. Ooh. That's with low light. Let's go with highlight, very bright light. That's on maximum now. It does make the colour stand out. I can see where people could say possibly a dab of green in place with maybe a bit of algae growing on the sandstone, that sort of thing. I can see your point there. Yes. Challenger says better with the light off. The flat rock face looks especially good. Thank you very much, Mike. Yeah, quite like that bit. That was completely achieved by accident, but I think it's been a beneficial addition to it. And there is another bit there as well where it's flat, so it looks like it's been carved out from the rock face. So if I point it down there, you can see it. It does look like the rock face has been cut away for the railway to come in. So the next thing is to tidy up all around the bottom, get rid of all the white, because I've got to do some re-weathering of the ballast and stuff there. So I'll get some sleeper grime on that lot, because it's going to be quite a dirty area. Tidy up the tracks, tidy up the line side trunking, and then I can get on with the static grasses across the top, and weeds and that across the bottom, and also going on from that, some buddleia. Looking forward to infestating the rock face with some buddleia. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to that. I think the transition between the rock face and the grassland, obviously I'm going to blend that in. Let me just go around that side. I will blend that in as the grass kind of the rock face kind of takes over the grass. That fence has got a bit bent with all the work. But yeah, exceptionally pleased with the results. Don't overdo it with a buddleia. I don't know. Buddleia is nasty stuff on the railways. It gets everywhere, and it can become an infestation on the railways where they have to basically go out and cut it back. All my stuff is achieved by accident. Yeah, I think that's one of the best results. Trying too hard will cause it to be more of a mistake. Just position the camera so I haven't got to hold it. There we go. I'll turn the light back off. I don't know. I think it might look better with the light on dim. If the cable wouldn't keep dragging the camera back. Stop it. There we go. There we go. Yeah, quite effective. Looks so much better with the light off, Chelmswood says. Really shows it down. Okay, then Elton. Obviously, I can't see. It's not showing up properly to me. I can't really see it very well. I've turned the light off now. Oh yeah, I see what you mean now. You see the shadows in the rock. So I'm looking at it on my own device. There's a fly buzzing round above my head on the lampshade. It's doing my head in. Oh yeah, coming together really well. Right. Well, thank you everybody for joining in. Hello, Flymo. Good evening to you. Just been showing me producing the rock face. I will touch it up a bit more in a few places. I might just add a little bit more white in a couple of places. I'm just seeing now on the top from staring at it. Where was it? There. That's gone grey. Let's wipe that black off my brush. Better. Yep, that's it. Right. Let's get some whites. Let's just do that edge there. That's better. It's highlighting it out now. Just giving that a bit of texture. That's it. Just a little bit there. Just going to look. Ooh, that's a bit too much there. Oops. Wipe it off, ruining it. That's it, it's gone. Just a dab of white on that edge. Literally just brushing over the edges. I'll do. If I mess about with it too much, I'll end up ruining it. Ladies and gentlemen, just to inform you, as we are soon going to finish our journey, I would like to thank you for travelling for Transport for Wales today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your trip. Well, I'll tell you what. Just for all you guys out there, let's run a train. They're tuned in. I'll have to move the camera back now. There we go. Here we go, then. Let's run a train. not too fast. Why did it stop there? That point's a bit iffy. Oh, waiting for the first person to say that. Thank you very much, Flymo. Makes it interesting for camera angles and pleasant to look at. Thank you very much. Not DB red, DRS, please. I don't know what's on the inner line actually. I think it's the 350. There it is. All stopped. Right. I feel like the dog in the insurance advert. Oh yeah. He's going to put out on the 158. Oh, it's buried at the moment amongst all the other stuff. But yes, thanks very much. Right, we'll leave it there. Catch me again tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow-ish, around 2-ish, just for a general chit-chat. Thanks everyone for joining me. Hope you're pleased with what you see. And we'll do some more scenic work on the Tuesday as well now. Catch you later, guys. Thanks very much for joining. Bye for now.